Hello and welcome to Would You Rather with Big Mike and the boys. I'm Big Mike, and here are some boys. Tony and Liam, how's it going?
I was thinking about this, and I think we should change to toys. Now we got the action figures.
Oh yeah,
Big Mike and the toys.
Big Mike and the toys.
So we're just so playful, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think we should change the whole all the branding?
What do you mean all the
branding?
branding? That Big Mike pod. Do you think that'll have to change again?
All that fucking money I put into all this branding.
Yeah. The time and effort.
I bought 100,000 flyers. What am I going to do with them now? Like wallpaper my room with them?
What were you going to do with them anyway? You know? What were you going to do with them? Flyers.
I was going to hand them out to strangers.
Yeah, because you can do that right now, can't you?
Well, I can put them in a place and call the stranger up and say, hey, I put a flyer in your front garden. Do you mind going out and have a look?
Sounds like the creepiest thing in the world. It's like, hey, put this flyer in your box.
The worst cold caller ever.
Yeah.
Tony, I see you're back with your Gamer Girl 69 headset.
Oh, yeah, Gamer Girl 69. What?
What? Is that your intro? How's your Twitch channel going?
My Twitch? Yeah, it's very twitchy.
Do you know what a Twitch is?
Yeah.
Oh, I was on Twitter. I was tweetering away, lads. Jesus. Right, well, cool.
You'll be twittering now.
See Trump's banned on, 10 different sites or something? Porno being banned. I don't know how they
well,
can do that.
Is he not back up on them?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I thought he was only banned for like 12 hours.
Pinterest, Snapchat,
Twitter,
Instagram, Facebook.
I love that he was banned from Pinterest. Like he can't be looking up decorating ideas, even though he has to move house. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, in fairness, he's just going to paint it white anyway, isn't he? One of the lads.
This was weeks ago, so who knows what's happened since? Like, we're banking him.
Oh fuck! Whoops.
That's episode 33. Now, it's a bit sad, really. It's a bit of a racist number.
What? Is it?
30.
Is there a racist number?
Yeah.
Why?
You can never say that.
You can never say 33. I can't say it anyway. Well, none of us can say it because we're Irish.
That's why it's racist. I'm racist to the Irish. Like. What were you thinking?
So, Liam,
I didn't know.
Like me, you used to be an Irish person who lived in England.
Yeah.
You still might be one of those things. And how many times a day do people ask you to say 33 and a third?
Oh, yeah, it's very often, actually. Like, probably 15 times a week, I'd say.
I mean, if you say to an English person, they also go,
33.
It's not much different. Like, it's like, does it begin with an F? 33.
And Liam, how did that make you feel?
Just grand. Like, I didn't care. I used to always just put on my generic Irish accent and do 33 and a third. I never gave a shit.
Top of the morning to you.
But if you were a more sensitive person, how would that have made you feel, do you think, if you were...
How did it make you feel, Mike?
Fine. Because I actually...
I thought you weren't good at accents, Mike.
I don't quite speak the Queen's English, but I speak the kind of the High King of Munster's English. So I just say 33 and a third.
English.
Like, I don't say 33 and a third.
Yeah.
But I saw it happen to other people.
To them?
I was disappointing in every way, not just because of that. Like, some people said I was better looking on, I was trying to think of a dating site and I thought of Twitch. That's just Tony's dating site, not mine. They said I looked much better on Tinder. I looked more like Idris Elba on Tinder than I did in real life. I thought that was a bit silly because I look exactly like Idris Elba.
Yeah. They were silly people, Mike. You're glad you didn't find any kind of meaningful relationship with them, are you?
But I'm so glad I don't have a meaningful relationship. If I'm glad about one thing in my life, it's that there's no love in my life, and that's brilliant. It makes me feel so empty. So would you guys say Would you toys
with you.
say that I am the biggest? No, not the biggest. I am quite heavy. I'm working on it. Would you say that I am the most famous Big Mike you've ever met? And that you've ever heard of?
What, did they used to call Michael Jordan Big Mike?
Mike Myers.
Did they call him Big Mike though? I don't think so.
I don't know personally. So.
No, yeah. One in that friend circle.
Yeah.
So I've been doing some vanity searching this week, and I've been looking up Big Mike, other famous Big Mikes, and I thought I'd tell you about them, and then you can tell me, are they better than I am?
Okay.
And do you like them more than I am? And do you know, like, does anyone love me? You can tell me that. So, people with the nickname Big Mike. Mike Abrams, who died in 1898, was an American underworld criminal. So what do you think? Better Big Mike or worse Big Mike?
Definitely worse. He's dead.
He's dead. A long time, actually.
Yeah, and you're not dead at all. Except inside.
Well, that's good. Yeah, and you know what? It's not the inside that counts. They say it is, but it's not. Okay. We have a bit of a theme going here. Michael Clemente, or Clement. I'm not one to judge.
Did he invent clementines?
Born 1908, died 1987, 2 years before I was born. He was an American mobster. Is he a better Big Mike or worse Big Mike?
Like the app? Mobster? Mobster, yeah.
What's the mobster up to?
I have no idea. It's definitely an app. Though.
Is it?
I think I had it before.
I'm going to check it up. Mobster, the app. Okay. In a second now.
I could be getting two apps mixed up, and I hope I am now.
Play Store. Mobster, okay.
Lads, we got quite a long list to get through here, so whenever you're ready.
Mobster Games. Mobster Mafia. The Mobster Mafia. Life of a Mobster. I don't see Mobster as an app.
No. Maybe I'm thinking of Mob Draw or something. I don't know.
Mob Draw, yeah. That's a real thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he's shit as well because he's dead.
Good. Okay, next one's dead, so that's a plus.
Anyone who's dead is shit.
Michael, because you can't libel the dead, I get it. Michael Clark Duncan, born in 1957, died in 2012. I shouldn't be excited about that, sorry.
Yes!
American actor, sometimes credited as Big Mike Duncan, which I never heard. But he was in a film with The Rock and in a film with Tom Hanks. So
Castaway, was he Wilson?
Life is a box of chocolates.
So yeah. Better Big Mike or worse Big Mike?
I bet you Michael Jordan wishes his name was Michael Duncan, right?
Yeah, damn right. Derry Lee.
Yeah.
Better Big Mike or worse Big Mike?
Worse, dead. Worse.
Michael Derry.
Worse, dead, okay. Next one's alive, right? Michael Elgin, born in 1986, Canadian professional wrestler. Better Big Mike or worse Big Mike?
Ooh.
I don't like his last name.
Yeah, Elgin.
Elgin.
It's not
it's not great.
It's like a made up one.
Yeah, he made that up.
He came from somewhere in Europe and they gave him a fake name.
Yeah.
So, better or worse?
Worse.
Much worse.
Oh, good. Well, Mike Holmes, Canadian contractor, builder, and TV personality.
How can you be all of that?
He sounds like what's that guy called? Do you know who's on Ground Force? Handy Andy.
Handy Andy.
Yeah, he sounds a bit like a Handy Andy, but better or worse?
Like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Better or worse than Big Mike?
He's definitely better than your man Clementine, anyway.
Yeah, and he's better than
sorry, we don't have time to compare all the Big Mikes to each other. It's just comparing them all to me.
Why not, man? Why not? What's the point comparing them to you? You're the best Big Mike there was and never will be.
Is that what we're?
Go on,
am I going to go through this whole list and you're actually going to say I'm the best Big Mike?
No. Let's go. We haven't heard them all, but I can only imagine.
Okay, who's better, me or him?
You.
Thanks. Michael Hossack, born 1946, died 2012, same year as Michael Clark Duncan. He was an American drummer for the band the Doobie Brothers, known as Big Mike.
Shit.
Better or worse?
Just stop.
He's dead, so
were they?
Worse. I don't have all the info here. I just have a list. Right. Michael Lynch, born 1983, American singer and American Idol contestant. Still alive. Better or worse?
Ooh.
What's his name?
Michael Lynch.
Lynch.
He's an American R&B singer from St. Petersburg, Florida. He came 4th on the 9th season of American Idol.
He sounds like a cunt.
Yeah, especially if his last name's Lynch.
Okay. Mike, because he's American, I read it as Mahoney, but it's kind of Mahoney, isn't it? Mike Mahoney, first baseman. He died in 1940, so he's not as good as me.
Well, I don't know. Now, 1 second. He was the first baseman.
He was one of the first basemen.
Man to go into base?
I think it's a baseball position.
Oh, he's a cunt.
Okay. Michelle Miranda. Is that a woman or a man? That's Michelle Big Mike Miranda was a man, but died in 1973, American mobster.
I'm very, very interested in how she became Big Mike.
Michel, the French man's name.
Oh, Michel.
He was born in Naples, Napoli.
Okay.
So better or worse? Worse, probably. Michael O'Hare, born 1986, American football player. Better or worse?
Big Mike.
Big Mike, yeah.
There's a lot of fucking Big Mikes in there.
Yeah.
You're not come up with something original there, Mike.
Yeah. You big cunt.
Lil Mike.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a fair few of them as well. Mike's just a very common name, isn't it?
So, Michael Sarno, American mobster.
Jeez.
I think I would have done great as an American mobster, lads. Is he better or worse? Is it better, me or
That's
Sarno?
4 American mobsters.
And one of them is from Italy.
Sounds Italian as well. You're definitely better than an Italian.
What's all the Italians?
Mobsters as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lads, this one is called Black Mike Wynage. Born in 1870, died in 1977. Serbian-Canadian miner, pioneer and adventurer, known early on as Big Mike. So he stopped being known as Big Mike at some stage.
He just went full on Black Mike.
And he is white.
I feel like that was definitely a racist name, because if he's from Serbia, he probably wasn't even like, he was just sallow skin. Like.
He probably wasn't. It was probably the mining thing.
When he worked in the mines, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Tony nearly imploded right there.
That's so bad.
You just thought it was because he was swaz there, like.
It's still so bad. It's coming out just a little bit jerky from the line. Like.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He sounds pretty cool.
There's a fella from around here who's called Blackie, because he was like an engineer or something, and he got a bit dirty one day.
Mechanic, look.
Yeah. So better or worse? He is dead.
Oh, he's dead? No competition, Mike.
So you saying so far I've been the best Big Mike you've ever heard of?
Well, that I know for sure.
Yeah, living anyway.
But you have heard of me. Okay, last one is a fictional character. Big Mike from the American TV show Chuck. I've never watched Chuck, have you?
Chuck. What's it about again? I feel like I've seen some of it at least.
About a guy called Chuck, I think.
He's top shagger, isn't he?
It's a spy. It's a action comedy spy drama television series. This podcast will be nothing without Wikipedia.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I know what he. Big Mike in that. I don't know. You're probably better anyway. He doesn't even exist in real life.
Sick. Okay, and I suppose you guys now are thinking, oh, Mike, why did you just look up Big Mike?
That was a bit self-indulgent. Yeah.
Why didn't you look up Big Mike and the Boys? I did look up Big Mike and the Boys. I looked it up on Twitter. And I thought I'd read to you some everything I found out about Big Mike and the Boys on Twitter, and we'll see if it was related to us. Because it might have been.
Man, let's go for it.
Because no one's actually mentioned this podcast on Twitter, I can tell you that much. Not even on our Twitter page. We've never even mentioned it.
Sure didn't. So, on Twitter, at Ottos_Austin, in March 2020, so before we started the podcast, he said, Big Mike and the Boys ran a political ad attacking the recall campaign. They forgot to put Junio, or whatever that means, in the picture. Kettichan, that small city off the coast of Junio. And then there's a picture that says Junio lost its way. Was that about us or not about us? I mean, it could be.
It's definitely about us.
Some stuff could have leaked. I mean, we hadn't even come up with the title of the show, but...
It's just as well we're going with Big Mike and the toys now, no?
Yeah, get away from that.
Okay, so back in February 2017, at KevLees1 said hashtag new profile pic, Millwall away with Big Mike and the Boys today. Love it. And it's like a really badly photoshopped picture of some lads.
Was that about us?
Lads.
Did we go to a Millwall away game?
I loved doing that. When was that? Favourite pastime?
2017. Was that us or was that someone else?
I don't remember it, but man.
Because Michael Clark Duncan was dead by then, so it couldn't have been him.
Couldn't have been him, yeah. So it could have been us, is what you're saying.
It most likely was us. I don't remember.
I used to get really fucked up before I went to Millwall away games.
I just love the footy, like, so. You know.
I just love taking my top off with the lads and the boozer after.
Yeah, well, like, whether there's a match or not, I love doing that, you know?
After my full English breakfast. yeah. Because I'm just one of the lads, that's why, Mike.
So, last one. So, we've been mentioned 3 times on Twitter.
Boys Club.
Ever. At Niall_Wilson said, he tagged someone with an even worse, if you could believe it, worse Twitter handle than that. Said LMAO, which I think loosely translates to look my fucking ass old. Like if you think you're getting a bit old, look my fucking ass old.
Yeah, look my ass old.
Look my ass old. Yeah. Good luck on your adventure tonight that might end with you getting pounded in the pin by Big Mike and the boys. Now this was in 2013. Yeah, it was exactly 1 week after St. Patrick's Day.
What's the pin? Now, the pin would, generally, what is the pin? The pin is a prison, the penitentiary.
But it is spelled PIN.
Pin. Oh, the pin.
So, good luck on your adventure tonight that might end with you getting pounded in the pin by Big Mike and the boys.
In the penis? Gonna pound him in the penis?
And it was 1 week after Paddy's Day, so like we might have been messed up, you know. It could have been us.
Oh, I was still Larry. I remember it well, man. Still had my top off. I was doing fucking jello shots out of my own belly button. I remember.
They weren't coming out, so I just kept putting them in.
Fucking 7 sambucas.
So, I suppose that was just like a really roundabout way of saying no one's talking about us online.
But that's good. It's good to have no online presence when you're trying to get your voice out there, you know. You're trying to get your...
He's got flyers, though.
He's got flyers?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Big Mike and the toys.
Yeah, well.
So basically what I'm saying is, if you're listening to this, and I know you're probably not, but if you are, could you mention us on Twitter? Could you just mention us somewhere online?
Just mention us to a friend.
Could you remind me that I'm alive? Because I'm not so sure anymore.
If you're having a phone call with your mom, just tell her about it.
Yeah, if you have some flyers out the back that I dropped there for you, could you hand them out to people like you live with, obviously, because I wouldn't want to be spreading COVID or nothing.
No. And I mean, if you're someone who struggles to make friends, just know you got a friend in us, okay?
Yeah, because we have fucking no one.
That's a weird way of putting friend in us. I don't know why I do that.
Isn't it? You've got a friend in us. It's like he doesn't just have a friend in me. They've got a friend in all of us.
I know. But I thought you would have tried to Randy Newman it, like.
Oh, yeah. No.
You got a friend in me.
But, so if you want to, tell your family, oh, you know, I made 3 new friends this week, and then, they don't believe you, well, then, we'll get in touch with your family and we'll tell them, no, they are our friend.
And I'll actually come over to your house because I'm really fucking lonely.
And he doesn't give a fuck about spreading COVID.
Not if it's for friendship, to be honest.
Exactly. Because that'll keep you afloat.
Yeah, well, COVID doesn't listen to friendship,
No, exactly.
Yeah, it runs away from friendship.
And it has no ears.
Friendship is the greatest cure to COVID, I heard. Some fella on Facebook made a video about it.
Yeah?
Yeah. He didn't mention us though, so which is sad. Okay, should we just get into it or what?
Should we get going?
Should we do some stuff?
Should we go? We have a podcast to do, don't we, lads?
Yeah.
Liam, before we get into it, can you just say 33 and a third for me?
33 and a third.
Oh, bejesus.
Bejesus.
So, Tony, do you know that feeling when you get up in the middle of the night to pee and it's kind of quite cold and then you get back into bed? Do you know that kind of cozy, warm feeling you get, like you've just peed, you got in out of the cold, you got into a warm bed, you're all cozy and you're settled for the night? Do you know that feeling?
I know the feeling when you get into a bed and it's warm and cozy. I never really pee during the night.
Okay, Liam, I'm going to move on to you because Tony doesn't know that feeling. Liam, do you know that feeling that I just described to Tony? Or were you listening? Maybe because I said Tony, you weren't listening. I'll tell you again.
I completely zoned out.
So, Liam, do you know that feeling when you get up in a cold night to pee, right? And you go back to bed. And so, like, your feet were all cold. You were all kind of cold. You're peeing. But now you've just peed, so you feel relieved. You were cold, and now you've gotten to bed, and you're all kind of nice and warm and snuggly, and you're settled for the night. Do you know that feeling?
Were you talking to me?
I was talking to you. Did you not hear it that
you said
time?
Tony again, so I zoned out. I didn't.
Okay. Do you know the feeling, though?
Something about Tony. So, what was the feeling? Sorry, I missed that. What was it?
Okay. So, I'm going to go through it step by step with you because Tony didn't know anything about it. Now,
I should
for
listen to
you,
this, right?
I said Tony because I was just referring to Tony, our friend, right?
Okay, so you've said Tony again, so I'm going to zone out, or will I?
No,
keep listening?
zone in, right?
Okay, zoning. Who's zoning it then?
Liam, Bull.
Liam. There we go, Liam.
Okay. Have you ever in your life got out of bed in the middle of the night to go to the toilet and pee?
Nah.
Never once.
Nah. I usually just stay in it.
So you're saying not once in your whole life?
No, I have. Go on, yeah, I have.
Okay. Oh, you were just trying to be funny in front of your friend who I won't name because then you'll get confused. Right. And has it ever been cold when you did that?
What do you mean?
Like
What been cold?
The floor, the tiles on your feet, the air,
Yeah.
because it's cold, not
Yeah.
right. And do you know when you get back into bed then? I don't know, have you ever got back into bed after getting up to pee?
It's lovely when it's lovely and snuggly and warm.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going to say. I love that
Lovely
feeling, yeah.
and snuggly and warm and cozy and you're settled for the night
Yeah.
and you have a few more hours to sleep. Well,
Oh, yeah.
this week we're sponsored by that feeling.
What? How did you get your hands on that?
Well, I just wrote it down and now it is. So that's our best sponsor ever. What do you think?
Grubby little mitts. Yeah, no, it was good. And is there an ad for it, or was that the ad for it?
That was the ad for it.
Oh, okay. That's lucky.
Unfortunately, Tony can't relate, so.
Well, Tony can get his hands on it, like.
Yeah, like I've jumped in a bed, but it's all roasty toasty, like after being all coldy woldies outside.
So it's just the pee part that.
Yeah, no, I don't need to pee unless I get up. Never.
Okay.
I could stay like 1 in the afternoon and I won't notice until I stand up and I'm like, uh-oh.
When you piss all over the bed.
Yeah.
I'm beating my pants. Okay, well, yeah. So there we go.
When's the last time you pissed your pants? I only asked because of the smell.
It's been a few years for me. Thanks for asking. Round 2. Are you enjoying round 2 so far?
Yeah, it's some laugh, isn't it?
It's round 3, no?
No, round 2. Round 2.
Oh, round 2. Okay, round 2.
Round 2, episode 4.
Now,
Okay.
now I'm kind of getting the concept of that. It's only taken a
4
good while,
weeks.
like, yeah.
So this week, the questions are coming from episode 7, The Great Big Mike Bake Off, and episode 8, Grave New World. God, we have good names for our episodes, don't we, lads? Like, maybe someone could talk about that on Twitter or to a friend or just listen to the podcast.
Mention a 5-star review.
Just give us a 5-star review. No 5-star reviews to report as of yet. Cut that out if there have been. So, question 1. Would you rather find a genie in a magic lamp or if you were only able to eat lettuce?
These are lining up real funny. Like, what?
So, last time, I'll just have a look here. You both picked the genie over being immortal. So one thing is that one of the wishes can't be for more wishes, and one of the wishes can't be anything to do with immortality. Okay. And you both picked only eat lettuce over only eating cake.
Yeah, looking back, that seems insane.
The fans over on Facebook did pick cake.
How my life has changed since then. Like, you know, it's funny because like the genie one, like obviously it's winning already, but I wouldn't even pick the lettuce one if it was the option against cake now. Like,
What, the genie one's winning?
the genie one's so much
Are
better.
you mad?
You think you would only eat lettuce?
But I'd have a fucking weird blue genie looking at me.
3 wishes.
I don't want a fucking blue genie following me around.
He's not Robin Williams. I did say that at the time.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'll
Will
say it again.
Smith.
He's not Will Smith either.
Get with the times, Mike. Robin Williams is dead, alright?
Be progressive, guys. Come on. He's just the guy. Just a funny guy.
Robin Williams isn't him, so we don't have to talk about Robin Williams.
We don't have to mention him.
Williams hanging around. That'd be alright.
We've never mentioned Robin Williams before. We never need to mention him again.
I'd probably use his knuckles as a pillow.
Would you?
His
That
knuckles.
warm feeling when you get back into bed.
Yeah.
Robin Williams' knuckles are under your head.
But like, is that one of your wishes that you like, Jeannie? I wish that you would stay in bed with me every night and cuddle me and tell me I'm
It's
nice.
Smith now. It's not Robin Williams. No, that's not.
No, I just want Robin Williams' severed hand as a pillow.
Oh
Will Smith's
no,
ears kind of scare me.
Do they?
his ears.
His ears, they are a little bit different, but they don't
Do
scare
they move around weird when he nods his head?
His ears kind of look like Shrek's ears.
a bit.
Get out me swamp. You bod. That's my Shrek impression. Do you like it?
Get out, Miss Swamp.
Fucking donkey.
Donkey. Bloody hell, donkey. Get your fucking ass down in that cellar and bring up the pork scratchings.
Jesus.
But you're saying the genie's winning?
You get
Now-
3 wishes.
Yeah, but they never go well, do they? Never go well.
Or only
You ever
ever
seen
eat
any
lettuce.
movie? None of the wishes go well. They always turn out bad.
Now,
It's like monkey
Liam,
paw thing.
You were saying
it turns
before. You were saying before how you'd wish for like no hassle, an easy life, and I
Yeah.
told you those were too
Are you
abstract.
having a pop at me about that, you cunts?
Yeah, because they were too abstract. No hassle, like a
What?
nice life.
Yeah.
Always be happy.
I
And
still
then we
don't
said,
see
what
the
about
issue
the
with it.
funeral? You'd always be happy. You never feel sadness. You'll never enjoy a nice horror film.
Well, no,
Be
I
happy.
went against that one. I understood that one. Did you listen to the episode and did you do your research or you just come here to have a pop at me, you cunt?
Oh, I'm fucking doing some research every week.
Yeah,
every
yeah,
whole
yeah,
week in
yeah,
this
yeah,
podcast.
Yeah. 3 wishes. You could wish for a fucking lifetime supply of lettuce and you could only eat lettuce if you wanted it. Do you know, and then you've 2 more wishes as well.
No. Lifetime. Yeah, you do that and then you have to store lettuce somewhere. You know what I mean?
You could wish that new lettuce grows every day.
Yeah, no, but
Like
you just
the-
have to be specific because they're going to fucking fuck you over and telling you these genies don't trust them. It's like going to the black market.
These genies ain't loyal.
It's like going to the black market. Yeah, I'll buy that DVD player. Oh, no, wait. It's actually a video player.
You've been duped. At least you'll be able to play fucking Jingle All the Way that we got for Christmas.
VHS.
On VHS. So, Tony, you referred to a measurement of lettuce as a table of lettuce,
Yeah.
which actually predates your green bucket full of mashed potato.
Yeah.
So you have interesting
Simple
amounts
ways
of
that I
food.
measured, like,
The whole
the
table of
measurements of
lettuce.
Tony.
I don't want to know the measurements, Tony. I don't know about you guys at home.
Oh.
Write in on
I'd have
Facebook,
it
Twitter,
like
and Instagram if you want to hear.
I'd tune in to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd leave a 5-star review.
Make a good bonus episode behind a paywall someday.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a wall.
You could wish for the wall and you wouldn't have to do the work.
Yeah. No, because you'd wish for it and then it wouldn't be in place. Like, they just give you a wall and go, here you go. It's like, oh, it's just in the fucking way. I can't get out of my house.
It's in my hand.
No, but but see, the problem is not with the genies and how they grant the wishes. The problem is with the wording of how the wishes are requested.
Yeah, but you gotta be specific. You miss one little tiny detail. Like,
You do not have to be Pacific, and you have to be
Yeah,
careful
you
with
gotta be
things
Pacific.
like that.
Pacific. Oh, fuck, I can't swim. Ask for an espresso.
Yeah. Click an espresso machine.
And it only makes eggnog.
That'd be alright. I don't like it, but I mean, you could probably flog it, Andy.
Fucking down the black market.
Like I've talked myself into this.
Genie shop, like.
I've talked myself into this eggnog flogging me.
My name's Shrek, just to remind you, and I'd like to sell you an eggnog machine.
I
Donkey!
was thinking about selling like eggnog eggnog, like, selling eggnog, keeping the machine. I didn't want to just sell the machine, like.
I don't know, if you got all the lettuce, you could get a rabbit.
You could get a rabbit, Ton. But
The lettuce. But you get a fucking field of rabbits.
But you don't get the lifetime supply of lettuce without the wishes. The lettuce you still have to buy yourself. You can only eat lettuce.
You can have a nice meal with your rabbit, like. What,
But you could anyway, Tony. You fucking could anyway, See, Tony, you talk about all these things you'd want to do with your rabbits. You could just do it, Get a rabbit, eat lettuce with them if you want to do that. Don't bring that into the podcast. That's not entertaining.
What? You fucking take that back.
You just gotta mix it around.
Yeah.
Gotta mix water out.
And scrambled eggnog.
And your rabbit's going to be eating carrots and apples and stuff, and you're just going to be there eating only lettuce. Like,
why are you fucking Papa Tony and his rabbit, Mike? What's all this about?
If I'm only eating lettuce, I've got to make it fun somehow, then.
Yeah, exactly. He's being a fucking optimist here, and you're just shitting all over him. What's going on, Mike?
Can I dip a bit of lettuce in something?
No, you can
lettuce.
Like a lettuce smoothie, maybe. Lettuce flavored lettuce.
I made this lovely lettuce sauce.
Yeah. Never heard those words, have you?
Oh, what's in it?
Lettuce? Water?
Tony.
They're the only two things.
What
like, the
soup
genie
did you have
makes
this
so
week?
much more sense, like.
I don't know, like, genies are dangerous.
And yeah, your soups would be out the window, man.
Lettuce soup.
Every day.
What did you have this week?
Lettuce
Was it
soup.
genie soup?
Lettuce.
But it's the only soup you can make.
Lettuce pancakes.
But how are you going to make lettuce pancakes?
Well, you're just going to fry up a piece of lettuce.
It's just lettuce. You can't make them pancakes.
I just had an idea. Do you know the way when you order something from wish.com, it comes, but it's not exactly as you wanted it to be?
Yeah, that's part of the thing, isn't it?
That's what genies are like.
Is that it? Like, have they named that after genies? Because when you ask for a wish, it's not exactly what you wanted. Is that clever?
I guess so.
It's quite clever analogy there, actually.
Is that,
But it's basically telling people before they ever use the service that they're terrible and they'll get it wrong. Like,
how are Wish the biggest thing ever? Because everything on that thing is terrible. I've never heard of anyone ordering something and it being good. Like,
no. I don't even know why you take the risk.
I don't know. It's quite cheap though, isn't it?
Is it?
yeah.
No.
I don't know.
That's the whole appeal to it, but still.
Shout out to the old folks.
Nice. 3 wishes, yeah. I would ask for one of everything on Wish. And
It's a lot of stuff.
it's a lot of stuff, but I would also wish for a massive house to put it all in, paid for,
By the genie.
and in just loads of money.
I guess I'd wish for a bottle to put them in.
Yeah.
Would you like the genie if he was Shrek from the movie Shrek 2?
But is it Shrek, or is it Mike doing a version of Shrek?
It's me, babe. I'm doing a version of Shrek. Alright.
Doesn't even sound
Get out me, pup.
I'll take the lettuce.
Yeah.
But like, once I wish my 3 wishes, he disappears, right?
Forever. You never get to spend time with her again.
No, he disappears.
Slingers, you have to cook them dinners and breakfast and all.
I would only make 2 wishes just because I'd like to have a friend. But then maybe one day I'd say, my 3rd wish, Genie, is I have a friend. And he said, you didn't need to make that wish, Mike. You already had me. And then I hug
Nice
him.
little Disney movie you got there.
And then I wake up and it was all a dream. And I'm actually in the torture chamber with Tony and he's doing weird stuff with a trombone.
That's how it got rusty.
You never needed to make that last wish, man. I'm telling you now, though.
What would you rather? What?
Genie is just dangerous.
No.
It's just fucking dangerous.
But you never. But here's the thing, Tony, right? Picture it. You're only able to eat lettuce again, or you have a genie and a magic lamp that you never have to use any of the wishes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Do
if
you
you
know-
don't use it in the wishes. It's just there, like, watching you.
But what
But,
if you?
but you could leave it in your attic.
You're still watching you. The genie's like,
But what if you just got him out? All right, you gave him a little rub. He came out, and you said, "I wish you didn't exist," and then you can just carry on with your life, and you don't have to only eat lettuce forever.
no, I don't think it can work. Something will go wrong.
Your confidence is unbelievable.
Something will go wrong.
Like one of these is a massive plus that
Or you
most people
quickly
would
hold
love.
up a mirror or something, you know what I mean?
he'd get into it. I wish you, Mr. Genie.
Tony, what if I said to him, I wish I was never born? What would he do then? How would he mess that up?
It's just Mandela affected.
That was last week.
How would that work?
I don't know the schematics of it. Like, he'd know that.
Schematics. I'm going to need a hard copy of that.
He'd but maybe he'd put you in a void where you watch your family from a distance, like.
That'd be nice. Catch up with them.
No, it would not.
That'd be nice.
They're getting on and they never knew you existed, like.
Do you like lettuce?
Oh no, I'd take cake. Can I have cake?
Cake's gone.
It's gone, man.
Cake crashed out of round one.
Bowls of lettuce today.
I haven't had any lettuce in I don't know how long.
Or not.
So, is this one harder than you thought? Or, Liam, you already know what you're going for, do you?
No, I know.
The second I said it.
Yeah, exactly.
You've just been stalling, and Tony has been
No.
considering
I'm
it.
waiting for Tony. I was trying to get my point across to Tony.
Ready? Okay, let's go for it. Liam, what are you going to go for?
Genie
and Bottle Baby. Okay, and Tony?
Lettuce.
Okay, oh. Here we are. Well, it's up to me, Big Mike, the most famous Big Mike. And I think this week I'm going to go with Find a Genie in a Magic Lamp.
Nice.
So lettuce stays in round 2 and the genie carries on. So Tony said he would rather only be able to eat lettuce. And Liam said he would like to have a genie. But let us know over on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? Or you could give us a 5-star review on iTunes and tell us what you'd rather in that. That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking original as well. It hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet. Could happen. You could be the first one to do it. If you see someone else has already done it, you could be the second person to do it.
Yeah, do something with your fucking life.
Yeah, don't waste your life watching Takeshi's Castle. Just give us a review. Lads, we're 1 of 3 questions into the episode, which means we're a third of the way through the episode. I'm sorry to bring back those bad memories, Liam.
Well, we're 33 and a third of the way there.
We are.
I didn't have a problem with it, Mike. You're saying bad memories. Did you have a problem with that? No, I didn't care. If anything, I actually lived up to that. Like, I fucking put on a little show for the people. I didn't care. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, sorry about the bad memories. It must be bringing back from you somehow. Like, I don't know.
No, I didn't mind.
This isn't Halloween.
Yeah. Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Would you rather live in lockdown for 10 years or all screens are replaced by paper? Now, that one might go down as being my worst question ever. Screens.
I still can't grasp the concept of this.
No, it's because I didn't think it through.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Tony's oven now, and I'm like, how would that work if that was paper? Like, it is a screen. It's like
It's a screen.
it is a screen.
Like TV. That's just
No,
It's digits. Like, it's digital.
Yeah, that part will have to be paper.
Yeah. How would that work? Like, you just have to write on it every minute it went down.
Yeah. So lockdown wise, because it was ever changing, and at the time we thought lockdown had been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Liam, you actually said lockdown was fine, then it got bad, then it got fine again.
Yeah.
How many times has it got bad and fine again since then?
I don't know, 10 at least.
So it's lockdown like it is in Ireland at the moment. You can only go out grocery shopping. That's kind of what we're saying the lockdown is. You both picked it last time over living in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And you both picked paper replacing screens over screens replacing paper.
Yeah.
And the fans disagreed with you on both.
Yeah. I feel like I might disagree with myself on the first one now.
Yeah, I think so.
Is the Matrix sounding pretty good?
Matrix sound deadly.
Yeah. 10 years it is, not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, the way I look at it now, different to 6 months ago, is now living in lockdown for 10 years might be good because that means we will definitely come out of it.
Yeah, that's true too, yeah. And there's a definite time on it, like.
Whereas with this, I know they're saying that, like, I know the vaccine's coming out, but like, they might just say that doesn't work and that we have to stay in some kind of lockdown forever. I think we're all coming to that conclusion.
Yeah, so 10 years would be worse than ever, like. Do you think you'd last 10 years, Mike? Real talk, like.
No way. I'd say I'd go into the wild.
It's gonna be forever, Mike. Actually, forever.
You think so?
You do not think that forever. You don't think that, you cunt. He's a little smirk, but I don't know. He's pretty fucking deadpan as all the like.
Forever. This is it.
No, this is not it. This can't be it, man. Oh, this is going to be a real fucking sad episode.
This is going to be a sad... Last time it was like still... Because like the lockdown was this reasonably new thing. Like it was only a few months old.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're pretty much at the 1 year mark here on the 1st of February. It was kind of in March that it came in Ireland.
Yeah.
And it's getting a bit grim.
It's fucked up, actually, isn't it? Full year.
No, it's the rest of our lives now. So.
It's not, Tony. It fucking is not.
But it's getting less and less clear cut as the months go on as to whether it's the rest of our lives or not.
No, it's not the rest of our lives, lads. You can't think it is. Like,
can you picture yourself in 5 years being like at a music festival or in a nightclub, like brushing off, pushing past people to get past?
Yeah, 100%.
They have to do it. Like they can't do it forever, but.
No, I can completely picture that. 100%.
I can't wait to be annoying people on nights out again.
Yeah,
it's like going up to random people saying like, "Hey, would you rather a pint of Jägermeister or a shot of Guinness?"
But the thing is, we've never been through a pandemic before. We don't know how it's supposed to be. John, the world has been through it, and they didn't really.
But
I guess
not with social media.
Spanish flu was
exactly
2 years. Spanish flu was 2 years or 4 years.
I think it was 2 years.
1918 to 1920. I think it was April 1920 stuff.
Yeah. Like, we just haven't lived through it. I think this is what happens in a pandemic. Like,
what I find scary, and this isn't our usual podcast stuff, but it's that nobody's telling us in a year this will probably be over. They're just talking about the next lockdowns, the new lockdowns. We have to do this, we have to do that. Even while people are getting the vaccine, we're not being told, like, 3 years, this is long over, lads.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like to hear.
But they can't say that because they don't know that. Like,
I'd like to hear an estimated date, even if they had to change it every day. Like, at the rate we're going, this is estimated to be over next year.
If you were being given, like, oh, okay, it's going to be a year and a half, and then the next day they were like, no, it's probably going to be 2 years, and then the next day, oh no, it might be 6 months, and then the day after that it was, oh no, it's going to be 3 years. You'd hate that way more.
I think
than not been told anything.
I think
it's going to be for the rest of our lives now. So.
I believe you, Tony. I believe you.
Batten down the hatches.
So 10 years sounds okay now, doesn't it?
I'm giving this thing another year, and if it's not done, then
you're gonna riot.
But if there hasn't been a rebellion, I'm starting one. Like,
good. If you'd like to join our rebellion, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
If we can't go back to our normal lives to some extent, like,
what's the date? What's the date you're starting a rebellion, Liam?
5th of November.
No.
1st of Feb? Are we going to say this day next year?
Did you get that? No,
yeah.
Did everybody get that? Yeah, okay, right.
So, if you're listening on the 1st of February 2022 and we're still in lockdown,
you only have me to blame.
Give Liam a little message and remind him that today is the day that he starts the rebellion.
Yeah.
Just tell him today's the day teddy bears have their picnic so you won't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's it's code.
Facebook.
It's code. It's code. Yeah. And I'll get the ball rolling.
And tell them we punch a pie. More people come when you punch a pie.
Yeah. Bring punch and pie. And that means, bring more.
And if it is the 1st February 2022 and the lockdowns are over or ending, give us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Yeah.
Or anyway.
Yeah, it's a lockdown or a piece of lettuce, wasn't it?
The lettuce is gone, Tony. Leave the lettuce behind.
Paper screens.
Paper screens. Jesus Christ. But, like, if we have paper screens, does it mean there's no lockdown in that universe?
No, it means lockdown is as it is now. But
well, see, like,
but you have no TV suddenly. So you're in this potentially never-ending lockdown, and, like, these computer screens are gone, the TV's gone, your phone's gone. Well, it's all just like paintings, and you have a nice little painting in your pocket.
It's carrying my pocket.
Well, you still have music.
Yeah.
And podcasts.
You have podcasts, but they'd have to be recorded, edited without a screen. You know, I don't know how they'd... I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it wouldn't be as easy.
Possible to do it, yeah. Tony just mimics somebody writing sound waves.
Like, I don't know how you'd upload it to the internet because there'd be no internet because there'd be no screens.
You just send it by post, don't you? Send it by post to www.internet.com.
With
they put it on a big machine then, and then they'd send it to
with our flyer.
To the...
Yeah.
Like newspapers almost.
it'd be dots and lights. That's how things would work.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But which would you rather?
I would go 10 years of lockdown because then it's not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because the screens are forever.
Are you saying that to keep your screens? Or are you saying that because you think the lockdown could last longer than 10 years?
Oh, because I think the lockdown's going to last forever. That's what I'm saying. 10 years.
Are you actually
I just
joking,
want screens
though?
when we come out of a lockdown.
Yeah. Okay. So both the boys have picked that they would like to live in a lockdown for 10 years. But let us know over on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Big Mike Pod. What would you rather? Would you rather you always had Crocs stuck to your feet or be the last man on earth? Now that's a bit of a difference.
Oh,
If you're the last man on earth, you could wear Crocs all the time.
I hate Crocs.
I wore a pair of Crocs, brand Crocs, there a few weeks ago for the first time ever.
Crocs, brand Crocs. What's it mean?
Like actual Crocs.
Crocs,
Like, yeah, like original Crocs. They're so comfortable, man.
I don't know.
Oh, they're so good. I don't think I'd have a problem with them. Like, last man on earth would just be so sad, wouldn't it? Be a bit of crack for a while, and then it'd just be fucking like
Pretty nice.
I think it would be awesome forever.
Pretty cool, like.
what, forever, as long as you live. You mean
Yeah.
Except for like the internet shit, like.
you wouldn't need it though?
What would you need to be looking up?
Yeah. I know who, like, look
You
up.
know, from a Twitch account, like. You know what I mean? Who am I going to play now?
Gamer Girl 69, last man on earth.
Last gamer girl on earth. So Liam, you said in the Czech Republic before that everyone does have Crocs stuck on their feet all the time anyway, didn't you?
I don't think that's how I worded it, but I said people often wear Crocs. Yeah.
No, but Tony, you said that you knew hundreds or was it millions of people who work behind bars who wear Crocs?
Millions. Work behind bars wearing Crocs.
Full of it, like.
Easy to wash their feet. It's true. All the Rocky Riders did it.
I mean, Liam, at least that wouldn't be an issue in your life at the moment.
No work today.
You wear them in the shower, though.
Grand, like. I think Crocs are actually lovely, like.
Yeah. And last time you said you would have no socks. Are you still going to stick with that?
Yeah, I think your feet would definitely be easier to wash with no socks.
Okay.
How is it stuck to your feet, like?
As in you just
So
can't
you can
take
move
them off.
your feet around in them, but you can't take them off.
Yeah, they do make you feel quite sweaty, like. But
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
you
wash your
can
feet.
wiggle your feet around a bit, but like they are your size. It's not like they're too big where you have loads of space.
Yeah.
last man there'd be a bit of crack, though. You'd have serious crack. I'd have so many pets.
Where would you go, Tony?
You asked for that, no?
I did.
I don't know.
I asked you this last time, but I want to know now. Where would you go?
We go loads of different places. We go food shopping mostly.
Yeah.
All the best kind of food.
Shopping as well, like.
Yeah. Window shopping.
Would you leave behind a few quid or
No, sure, I wouldn't have quid.
like take it out of the till and leave it on the counter?
If they're locked up, I wouldn't bother.
Here's a question, actually. Would you... So when you're going into shops, obviously taking whatever you want, because you're, as far as you know, the last man on earth.
Yeah.
Would you take the cash?
Why?
What's the point?
What good is cash?
But would you take it just... Because you don't know... Do you know, like, you think you're the last person on earth, and you are. But would you take the cash just in case?
But do you think
Maybe.
that currency would be like what that, the few other people in the world would be working with as well? Like, you might just stockpile. You might have a room full of cash at home, like just collect it for no reason.
Use it for fire.
Would you? I definitely do it for a long time. Probably forever, really.
Yeah,
Use it for fire, eventually.
be like
Toilet paper.
Scrooge McDuck.
It'd be quite funny to have
Just
a
have the
room
room
full of
full of-
cash and you count it and it's
Yeah.
like billions. And like you just like, this is so useless.
Still would feel pretty good if you had a room full of cash.
You'd just go to a bank and get into a vault, wouldn't you? Like, I think I'd do that for a day. And just
Well,
see
could you?
Fun.
how you could do it. Like, yeah,
Building
like,
little huts with,
Do you-
like little forts with cash.
Do you think you could break into a bank vault?
yeah, I think you definitely could if you had all the time in the world. And
Yeah, absolutely. No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Okay.
It'd be like an
Should
hour.
we
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
the podcast and just
go into that kind of line of business instead? Or
Well, no, because at the moment it wouldn't be
there'd be security
a good idea. Like,
and it would be immoral
I don't know. Well,
and illegal.
and
I've got
illegal.
an idea. We
Okay.
can talk about it later, but
Okay. We'll talk about it off air, behind the paywall.
Don't know. It'd be fucking funny to go to like a mint and like just change little things about how money is printed, wouldn't it? And then just print your own money with your own face or whatever.
I'd never do that.
You could definitely do that. Like,
I wouldn't do it.
I think it'd be class.
it'd be pretty funny.
Right, where would you go?
There'd actually be so many things you could do in there. Like so many fun
it
things.
happens now that, like, you know, everyone's dead.
Yeah,
They drop where they stand.
yeah,
And this wasn't it. It was more that they got sick and slowly died.
yeah,
But let's just say it happens now. What would you go do?
yeah.
Cook, the first person I saw.
What?
Would you? No, this is
Try it,
legit,
try it
Tony.
out, like,
Would
from
you?
last
Would you
place.
eat someone?
Just trying it out. Like, just trying it out.
Would you try to eat
If they're
someone?
fresh, like.
Would you eat someone?
If they're fresh, like.
Like if you saw someone,
Bit of arse cheek, there you go.
I think
cheek
the rump.
sandwich. Arse cheek sandwich.
So you?
I wouldn't eat person.
I don't think I would.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think I'd
No,
even try
that
it. I
wouldn't
think it'd be
the
weird.
first thing I go to do as well. It's fucking psychotic.
I've been waiting for.
So what's the first thing you do?
No, I
I
fucking.
don't know what the first thing I go do is.
You wake up in the morning feeling like P Diddy. You're the last man on earth. What do
I
you?
think-
What do you, Diddy?
I don't know. Like you're the last man on earth, so there's no one. And the bodies. We talked about this. This is very morbid, but like, can we just say the bodies are gone?
No, they're everywhere.
But like, but that's fucked.
They can't
Like-
just be gone. Like they're just where they are.
You stink.
Why not? Why can't they be gone? Your questions are fucking
Okay.
nonsense. Why can't the bodies disappear? Like,
They're not gonna disappear.
Because they're not gone.
can they disappear after 1 or 2 days?
Okay,
It's
no,
gonna stink them.
obviously not. But
So
we,
I have to fucking take care of that first. That's my first job.
What are you taking care of?
Start moving the bodies
To where?
to,
Everyone.
to a field.
Everyone, like.
Yeah.
You're mad.
Get a big truck.
Just
Put all
stop.
the
You
bodies on.
spend your whole life doing that.
Well, no, just and then you clear your space, like.
Your space, so you'd be going everywhere. You wouldn't be staying in one spot.
But you'd be driving past like moldy, decaying bodies all your life unless you did that.
How used
Okay,
to that
how
you'd
about
be
this?
After about a week.
it happens at 3 a.m.
What?
So
3 in the morning.
most people are home in bed.
Okay. That's actually much nicer, thanks.
So if you're going to Disneyland, you know it's empty. Like there'd be very few people there.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
I don't want to see a dead Mickey Mouse, though.
So
Can
what?
live with that. Mickey
what-
wouldn't be
He
dead.
wouldn't have been there at 3 a.m. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be in the tree? He lives there.
We'll talk about this after.
You could put on the costume.
So no, that's okay actually. Like so mostly you'd just be passing like truck drivers and taxi drivers and things like that.
Yeah, and that'd be good.
I'd
Good fun to
still
see
be
them
going
then.
into people's flats. What you got?
What?
What you got here, huh? Oh.
So what would you do, lads? Fucking hell!
We're fucking talking about it.
You haven't got to it yet.
He just fucking said, I'm going to fucking other people's flats and see what they got. And you're like, what would you do? He just
Oh,
fucking
that's
told you.
mean,
Wait a
just 'cause I'm
second for us
Irish.
to think, you cunt.
Right. So that Tony, you'd break into people's houses. Is that the first thing you'd want to do?
Well, I'd be lost at first, but yeah. I'd definitely fucking break into people's houses. No doubt about it.
But like, you know, you'd be able to go to like the best pizza place and make yourself fucking lovely food. And
Pizza.
yeah.
But obviously, you'd be making it, so it'd only be as good a pizza as you make.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
you'd
like-
have all their ingredients.
You'd run out of like chicken and beef and stuff real quick.
But that'd be okay. Like, that'd be alright.
You'd have to learn it.
Well, you'd run out of
If you want.
everything. You'd run out of all fresh food.
Flour and
Oh, yeah.
make bread all the time. Like fresh fruit, you've tin fruit.
I wouldn't really be worried about what I'd be eating anyway.
You try and grow your own garden, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think
Would you? I
you'd
wouldn't. I
just
wouldn't
be
bother.
okay for food.
I would eventually.
Well, here's another question: would you settle somewhere, or would you just be moving, always moving,
No, I'd probably move all the time. Definitely move.
until you ran out of fuel or
I
whatever?
would too. I think I'd just
What do you mean till you ran out of fuel?
I don't know. If you were like, I suppose you'd never really run out of fuel in the whole country. Like,
You'd never run out of fuel, no.
I'd probably just walk as well.
Got forever, like.
Yeah. I suppose I could learn how to drive, but
okay, so what would you do first thing?
pack my bags, pack a lunch, a nice little lunch, and then just go on a wee hike forever.
Like, you wouldn't do something
a
first. You
while.
wouldn't. Oh, do you know what I'll do?
That's what I do when I'm.
I'll go to that shop I like, and I'll go in and I'll get
For what?
that fucking get some sweets or something. Like, I don't know what. Do you know?
Yeah, he said he'd pack a lunch, like
Pack a
maybe
lunch, see wherever
getting it
it
there,
takes me,
like.
like. That's it.
But
That's a step
that
out
would be
that
something
door.
you do.
Anything could happen.
You'd go into a shop and you'd take some nice food and then you'd pack a lunch for yourself. That's something, but just...
Well, no, like, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't fucking go to the shop, come back, and then start to bag. Like.
No, you could pack it in the shop.
Shut up! I would pack my bag, leave my house, and on the way, stop wherever the fuck I want, and eat whatever I want, and just keep going. Like.
But you'd leave straight away then.
Stop into the shop I like, and pick up... What are you talking about? Like, fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't stay at home for a day or two? Or you wouldn't...
No.
You wouldn't like, okay, I'll go and live in the mayor's house for the night.
No, everyone I love is dead. I'm just
Take
going.
me. It would take what a 20-minute walk would normally take me. It would probably take me 2 days because I'd be going into everywhere. Oh, here's a flat.
Yeah.
Bang! What we got in this flat?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Every single door, every single shop,
Mm-hmm.
smashing all the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you said that straight away what you both do pretty much is just leave, pack a lunch and go, hit the road.
Yeah, but like, go on an adventure. Just go wandering around, like, and see different
That's
sites.
basically
and
it. Do anything.
I'd be curious to see what's under Prague. You hear all these stories about like these different kind of.
Yeah, be cool.
Okay, and what would your long-term goal be? Where would you be kind of heading for? Where's the big place you'd be heading for? I want to go see this.
No idea.
No,
I'd just walk. Honestly, I wouldn't plan it like that.
I think I'd like to see Easter Island just before I die. Anyway, I want that in general. Like,
First thing I'd learn is how to hotwire a car. 100%. Learn that.
yeah,
And then do if I ever needed to
you
walk. or
probably
something, I
wouldn't
just-
need to hotwire it though, because you could just break into the house and take the keys.
Keys
You
would be
have to know
everywhere.
which car is which, and everything. If it's a house, if it's apartments, because
No, but like,
fucking parks like 20
some people
miles
would have
away.
died in their car as well with the thing on.
Yeah, true.
And some people probably leave their keys in their car, like if they have good gates or something.
But yeah, but before the internet runs out, is what you're saying. You check up all the
Yeah,
shit you
fucking
need to
just in case,
survival
like,
skills on
You get
YouTube.
stuck
right?
out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, fuck. I wish I looked that up.
But that'd be class as well. Like, you could just have a big van full of everything you want, like, and travel around. I think it'd be fucking
Like
class.
a death
actually.
fan as well. Like,
Why?
you know,
There's
like,
no
all
one to
the-
show
all the
off to, like.
spikes and everything. I don't know. It's what
There's
you
no
do,
one to
isn't it?
terrify, like, yeah. But, Jesus, there would be so much shit to be done.
We
Wouldn't
go
there?
through like a farm and be like,
Yeah. Be fucking,
the business.
yeah, be pretty fucking cool.
I'd actually enjoy it. I think I know.
I'd want to go see theme parks.
But you wouldn't be able to go on any of the rides, Mike.
No, but what I like about theme parks isn't necessarily the rides. It's all the buildings and the statues and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the theme element to it. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
really
And
like
do you
to
not
put...
think it'd be really sad when there's been no one there?
Yeah, no one ever could be there. And yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I could get to America, I'd like to do it, but I don't think I'd take the risk of sailing to America
No.
when, like, if I get blown away, that's it. I have no chance.
Yeah, yeah.
To not learn how to fly.
I'd learn how to fly, for sure.
I wouldn't.
Well, like, you just
What?
practice?
Couldn't just go up and fly and you know how to fly. Like,
You practice, like.
how are you practicing? You have to fly
Simulators.
to practice. Yeah,
No.
I suppose. Actually.
There's loads of, like...
Of course, when I think, like, of sailing to America, I'm thinking about getting a fucking rowboat. Whereas you could obviously get, like, a big fucking barge that might be, like, reasonably safe, assuming
Yeah.
only one of you needs to drive it.
Why don't you build an ark?
I don't think you need to build one. You'd have everything already there.
Yeah. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to waste that much time building an ark with no prior skills in ark building. Like,
When there's loads of good arcs just lying around, like.
they call her the sinkable.
And maybe in case your boat sinks, you could tie a lot of boats together. So if one starts sinking, you just climb back onto the next one.
Why haven't they done that anyway?
I'd call it Olympus.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
So you haven't talked too much about the Crocs thing. What would you do first if you had Crocs stuck to your feet?
I just go for a nice walk.
You pack your bags and go.
I pack my bags, be out the door. I don't know. I fucking what would I do with the Crocs? Fuck the Crocs, man.
This is all about the one side. What was the other side?
Crocs on your feet,
Oh,
forever.
Crocs. Ah,
What a croc!
what a crock of shit. Yeah.
So the Crocs were up against having a headphone stuck to your head. And the last man on Earth was being the first man on a new planet.
So the thing about the Crocs, having the Crocs stuck to your feet, is none of your loved ones are instantly dead, you know?
Yeah. I haven't even considered that being a good option, though.
Yeah, but they might as well be if they're seeing me wearing Crocs.
You're dead to me, Tony.
I don't think my mum could look me in the eye when I was wearing Crocs. No.
She'd be too busy looking at your feet. Okay,
Jesus.
so what are you thinking? Like, again, one is fun and one is fucking wearing Crocs on your feet, like.
Yeah.
And it's not you can only wear Crocs again, it's they're stuck in your feet. You have to fucking sleep in them.
Yeah. I would definitely be last man on earth.
Again, I don't think you would have picked that 6 months ago. I think we've all just got a bit more morbid since.
I got last man there.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Yeah. I do now, like.
Okay, so both the lads have picked that they would like to be the last man on earth. But let us know over on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Big Mike Pod or on iTunes at 5 stars. What would you rather? Hey guys, this is Susie Soccer saying that Liam has a new segment this week. Take it away, Liam.
Thanks, Susie.
Susie Cocker.
I have a new segment. And it's called, I don't know what it's called. I'm thinking it's called Checking In with Dixie. Or,
Checking in with Dixie.
Yeah, Checking In with Dixie. So it's basically I just ring my dad. See how he is?
No.
Yeah.
And why would ringing your dad be funny, Liam?
Because we talk maybe twice a year, something like that. I don't know when the last time I spoke to him was, but I don't know. I just thought it'd be hilarious.
And should we go over some of the things you're going to talk to him about? Are we going to play a little game where you have to name as many Beatles songs as you can in the conversation?
No, I'm just asking how he is and that. Just a normal chat, but just see how it goes. 1 second, where is he? Here he is. Right, so...
How many times can you fit in the word sandwich?
1 second. There we go. So the last time we spoke was on the 23rd of September.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was the last lockdown, was it?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
We spoke for 9 minutes and 50 seconds. And then I messaged him on the 25th of December and said, Merry Christmas, Dad, which he has not opened yet. So, let's see how this goes. 1 second. Okay, I just gotta fucking go for it here. 1 second. Turn up my volume.
Is he going to answer?
I don't think so.
This is awkward. I'm scared.
You know?
Story of my lifetime.
Yeah.
Did not answer. Okay, and that was Checking In with Dixie.
If he tries to call you now in the next week, do you know, like, tell him he has to wait until your next segment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell him. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I was checking in with Dixie.
It's going to be like that, don't it?
She got 5 weeks of this, folks. Got 5 weeks to look forward to. Yeah, that's my insight with my...
It's beautiful.
I didn't see that happening.
It's probably better that he didn't answer. So, have you had a nice week 33?
Best week 33 ever.
Tell you what, if that was like my last week 33, I can't really remember, so it's nice that I'll be able to look back and listen.
Yeah.
What? So
It's
Liam,
33 weeks old, isn't it?
Liam, did you did I manage to take your mind off all the bullying while we were doing that episode?
Yeah, thanks a million for that, Mike. Now I'm just thinking about my distant daddy.
Yeah.
issues.
Just remembering the time he left.
His DDIs. His
And
DDIs.
all the times he didn't come back.
Yeah, which was
every day.
ever.
Okay. Well, that's really sad. If you think that's sad, message Liam over
Still getting that
at
milk.
Big Mike Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Let him know that you think that's sad. If you think that's okay, like if you're his dad and you think that was okay, message him. Just message him ever.
I think that was a
Actually.
good thing to do. That just give me a message. Just drop me a message.
Just open
To
his.
the fucking phone. You got.
Give a 5-star review there, Dick, as well. On iTunes.
Checking in with Dixie.
Right. Well, that was beautiful, lads. I had a good
Yeah.
time with you, Liam,
Thanks.
and your
Mike.
distant dad. I had a good time with you, Tony.
Same to you, yeah.
I had a good time with you, Shrek. Oh, thanks, babe. I had a good time with you, Susie Soccer. Oh, boys, this was the best week yet. Susie, you weren't there for the early ones. They were actually quite good. Right. So, from me, Big Mike, and the boys, let's get going. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
See you now.
I bloody love that Liam and Tony. Not too sure about that Mike character though.